Quake Champions EU Duel Qualifier week number 3. And we've seen some definitely interesting matches, especially the last one, considering that, well, I'm not going to lie, I was holding on to my seat a little bit through most of that, but Hell clearly came up on top on maps 2 and 3, didn't he?
Yeah, I was, after the first map, I was a little bit worried, but we got Matrox versus Gaiia up next, I believe, so this should be a very interesting match as well. Matrox actually faced off Garpy in the first qualifier, in like the first round. I mean, that,
oh, really?
The bracket was tough. I'll be honest, it was an uphill climb for every player that went through that bracket. But so he's been doing a lot better this time round, and I think we're into the round of 32, so he's doing well, 1 game away from the top 16, I would expect.
Yeah, they're not too far now, so we've only got a few more rounds left until actually they get to the top 16. But right now, this is the round of 64 with Matrox versus, I think it's Gaiia, but okay. I could be wrong. This is one of these names I probably can't pronounce, but I'll probably repeatedly not be able to pronounce it, so I do apologise if that is not how you pronounce it. But with these two names, just in general, have you heard of these in the scene at all? Is there
Matrox, 100%, yeah. Polish player, very strong, very good jeweler. And I see him coming out on top because I don't recognise the other name, I'm afraid. But yes, there is a lot of history behind Matrox. He's got a lot of things going for him, a lot of tournament experience, and so he should be going into this quite confident, I would expect.
Yeah, definitely, because we've seen a few names in the past, even names like Buxton and stuff, like, you know, who've pretty much come out of nowhere and managed to actually get top 16 one time and seem to be really strong. So it's going to be interesting now to see how these two play and see if there's any other up-and-comers, because as you know, the household names have qualified basically for weeks 1 and 2. Yep. So now it leaves room for more of the actual other players to actually make a name for themselves now. But now, as I'm saying, that looks like the pick is going to be happening right now, and looks like Gaiia is actually waiting to make the first pick. It looks like will be Snorlax, I think, yep. And the next one will be Ranger.
Yep, Ranger and Visor coming out for Matrox. And thinking about it, it's an Anarchy pick. It's always good on Ruins, a big open map, you can glide around it, but he can be picked easily by Rails as well, and the Ranger to finish off. And
it looks like Matrox will be making his last pick, and it's going to be finally another clutch. Because normally, when I watch these tournaments now, and especially in a lot of the early rounds, you see a lot of clutch, but I've not seen much clutch recently.
Thinking of chickens or something.
I mean, that's probably the best way of saying it.
You can plus back on him pretty well, so he is a big chicken. But
well, the thing is that you have to be the chicken because of the fact that you don't have, you know, you want to avoid close range combat with clutch in any way possible, don't you? So
you do, but you don't, because he's super fast now on the straights, and the shield gives him the option to be aggressive, and that's the ideal location where you want to use it, when you know that somebody's stuck on a part of the map which you can lock them off. Just walk in there, take no damage with the shield, and just pop them at your leisure. That's his greatest strength. But when he pops his shield early, then it becomes a problem, and then it's a constant trying to pick up health here, there, everywhere, trying to get restacked and pick up those time shards. So
I suppose it does depend on which person you do play as, because of the fact that some people do try and just rail him away as much as you can, and then sometimes they do just try and go into him. But it looks like now, straight off the bat, it's going to be Snorlax versus Ranger right now, and Matrox playing as Ranger straight off the bat, with Gaiia now going for the armor.
Yeah, Gaiia going armor, using great bunny hopping here as well. Clearly a CPMA player, perhaps, with his picks.
So you reckon you can tell with some picks like what kind of player they are, like just in general?
Well, a lot of vanilla Quakers tend to avoid the faster, free-flowing air control champions because they're not used to it and they're not comfortable. But not all of them. That's not a golden rule or anything. It's just that you know. It's just that people like to feel comfortable on their picks and feel familiar. And oh my god, what has happened here? What is this weapon switch? That's gone horribly wrong. And now he pukes at nothing.
I think
the panic of like the perfect opportunity. Jumping down, you're like, oh, I've got a free actual hit here. I'm gonna flake it out, and now he's dead.
I'm going to say nothing about that because I was so confused with the situation. I was actually wondering to myself, why is he spitting acid so late into the game? But it's like I said, it's probably just first round nerves, just in general, going into this matchup.
Mate, but he had a breakdown there, not around nerves.
Midlife crisis.
Oh my god.
Especially with some of these players as well.
Matrox with the telefrag as well on the dire orb.
So it looks like Matrox right now is just having a look, see where he's going to go. Looks like he does assume he goes for rockets, and he knows he's there at the moment. And looks like now with Gaiia with height advantage, I think right now Matrox is trying to decide where he should go next, but he knows he's above him, and I think he's just going to wait for the right move.
Yeah, squeezing his way around, just chipping out the stacks. Yeah, he's waiting for the armor to come back up. Mega is up. This is interesting. I think was. Oh no, Anarchy, what are you? Oh, please check the Mega. Ranger, there you go.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it seems a bit weird. They're mistiming stuff. I don't know if it's deliberately or they're doing it on purpose so that their opponent won't know when the next timing is. But it did seem a little bit more accidental than it did seem deliberate. But you know, I could be completely wrong, but it did seem that way anyway. But it's LG by Matrox at the moment doing a fantastic job trying to rail him to finish him off. But it looks like he just manages to get away.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, Gaiia, I believe. I'm going to go with Gaiia from now on.
Same.
So, like, he looked like he was doing a really smart play there, listening out to see when the armor was being picked up so he could get some timing on it, and then he just does a silly mistake by falling down and giving Ranger the opportunity to take both of the power-ups very easily, get them sort of synced up together, so now he can go from Mega to Armor to Mega to Armor and have no real troubles unless this Anarchy player can start hitting the rails.
Yeah, it's been quite interesting at the moment. It's been a little bit back and forth with a very, very flaky start. But I seem like at the moment they're kind of getting into the swing of things. Almost got hit by that direct rocket, but sadly just misses rail. He does know he's somewhere, but I think he will assume now he is underneath. And it looks like now Matrox will try and wait around and see if he can sandhaul in any way possible. But I think he does assume now he has gone away, and I think he's just going to wait for him to make the first move until he actually knows where he's going to go. But looks like he does know he's going to go for the top rockets. Still trying to, you know, make a play and see if he can actually push him forward. But they both know Mega will be coming up any second now, and it looks like Gaiia will get that Mega. And now it looks like Matrox has gone straight for the armor, but it looks like Gaia's gone straight down instantly after him and still managed to kill him. Fantastic play by Gaiia at the moment.
Yep, great quick movement there, being able to take the Mega, dive round, make sure that Matrox is very uncomfortable at the armor. I believe Matrox did pick up the armor, so that's in his favor. But, you know, good entry frag coming in from Gaiia. He able to find that rocket, big damage. And to be honest, Matrox getting a little bit greedy with the Dire Orb, could have evacuated the situation. And man, that was a beautiful direct rocket to the face. I think up the armor off that too. Oh, sorry, I was going to say, I think after that Snorlax situation right at the beginning of the game, he's kind of like feeling his feet now. He's kind of like getting used to the whole situation. He's now playing his A game, actually getting used to the whole situation right now. But it looks like with Clutch, he's trying to push him at the moment, but it looks like he will have to back off. With Mega coming in 5 seconds, but dies anyway, with one champion left remaining each. This was a foolish move from Gaiia there. He had a great opportunity earlier on to do the big damage to Clutch on the stairs. Doesn't take it, goes through the teleporter. That was his first mistake. He then stays way too long trying to land some rails, which he flaked out on as Matrox had popped his shield up as well, giving Matrox all the time in the world to actually pick and choose his moment to do the damage. And this is going to be a frag for Matrox, and the Clutch cleans it up. Oh, I was quite surprised because Ranger was a little bit stacked, and I did assume that he was going to make it even with the orb. But yeah, it looks like the thing is, if Ranger's a little bit stacked, I mean, he needs to be fully stacked against a Clutch in an even fight, you know what I mean? Because his natural health pool is so much bigger. Completely. It's a risk. If you're not getting the first opening bit of damage and you haven't got the Dire Orb doing that big damage, which you shouldn't be missing against a Clutch in a close range fight, to be honest, then it's going to be a painful experience. And Gaiia, though, wasn't too shabby, though. After that terrible mix-up with the Sorlag on the jump pad, where he was like, I don't know what to do! Just completely just messed up, and then just used all his abilities at all the wrong time. It was just... I think he was like in a position where I've struck gold here, but I don't know how to mine it. Yeah, it's just one of those... it's just one of those things, really. But at the time, so what I meant was Ranger was quite stacked. Sorry, not a little bit. It was quite stacked, but yeah, it's like I said, because I did forget he was playing as Clutch, and yeah, as you know, Clutch, you know, is not exactly the easiest person to take down close range. But it looks like right now, he was trying to orb him and actually trying to get away from it. 2 HP! And he tries to rain him, but sadly doesn't. And Gaiia managed to get away. If he gets this armor, he will be stacked. I'm liking Matrox's smileys. It's always entertaining.
At least he's entertained as well as we are, I suppose, with his play. But looks like they're just barely missing rails left, right and centre from both players. But now it looks like Gaiia needs to get away from here, try and get a bit of armour, try and get away from the situation. But getting the gauntlet out knowing that it was in a bit of a tough situation, and it looks like Matrox is now going to pressure on.
I mean, Gaia's either a CPMA player or he's a defrag player by his movement. He really likes moving around. And unfortunately, he needs to really like fragging right now. And there we go, he does. You
would have thought, like, with someone with good movement like that, where we'd be able to frag quite easily.
Definitely.
But yeah, it seems like at the moment, it seems to be a little bit, you know.
Sometimes I think when I watch Vu play, he just likes moving around the map. He doesn't necessarily want to kill anything. He just likes running around.
Well, that's what Mirror's Edge for, isn't it? But you know.
No, mate, that's what Quake's for.
I think that was a bad analogy, I'd definitely say. But yeah, I could have compared it to anything else. But I suppose it could have been much worse. I could have compared it to something even 10 times that. But anyways, back to the game anyway. Matrix with 2 champions down. Gaiia with 1, who's actually the underrated person. We didn't actually expect to do this well so far. But like I said, it's first game in the moment. He is trying to get away from the situation. And looks like with his clutch, he has got a Mega, and now he is fully on health. But looks like now it's down to the last champions for both players. Yep,
he had his speed boost up as well available there. He could have popped it. He thought he'd save it, and it's gone horribly, horribly wrong for him because he would have survived that rail. I think he had some armor when that happened, and Gaiia, rightly so, calls for.
I don't think it helped that he ran in the same direction at the same speed as well because of the fact that that's kind of like target practice for him really. Maybe if he like ducked or jumped away or something like that, then maybe he would have been alright. But yeah, it doesn't help you run the same speed going the same way. Like, you know, it doesn't really help in that kind of scenario.
Gaia's comment in chat was just Jesus, but I'm afraid he can't help you now, mate. There's no saving you. Matrox is looking much more comfortable now. As soon as he gets down to his clutch, he kind of steps up his game. I mean, Gaiia does a great job taking out these first champions, but it's like his ace in the hole, the clutch in reverse, and maybe it's because Gaia's just not used to good clutch players, and he's struggling against it, and that is a good rail through the doorway, but this is going to be risky going for this armor. He's going to pop, oh, beautiful, and lands!
What a play, considering the situation he was in with his health, and managed to take the risk and thoroughly destroy him with the orb and rocks.
He knew that rocket would discombobulate him, that he would be unable to react to the whole situation with the dire orb as well, and it just worked out beautifully for him. He felt like that 25 HP was like 100 to him when going in and engaging in that fight, and Matrox doing a superb play there and a great read.
I was going to say, that was a very, very risky orb. I think even then, when he was preparing to fake it, he was thinking, should I actually just go ahead and get out of it or not? But
I think realistically, he was hoping the orb would just kill his opponent straight off the bat. But, you know, he knew the risks going into that. He wouldn't have done it otherwise.
True, true. And it looks like right now, Matrox is hoping that he goes for the teleport, just find a few predicted rockets, but it seems like he's going to wait back for now. Armor's going to appear in the next 7 seconds, and I think he has a feeling that he knows that his opponent may go for Mega, but looks like he's going to drop down for Armor as well. He just finds out, literally both of them trying to fight for the Armor now, and Matrox just manages to grab it, and it looks like Gaiia now needs to pull away.
Yeah, I mean, Gaiia actually, great entry into that place. Bad rocket from Matrox on the start. Goes over, I mean, well, Anarchy jumped over it naturally, as he does. It's so annoying when that happens, but he could have taken that fight and actually picked up a frag against this Ranger here, but kind of decided that he wanted to play it safe. He's uncomfortable right now being 2 rounds down, and rightly so! What a prediction rocket.
I liked
like a book.
I liked how earlier when he was using the LG, he's more using it as map pressure rather than actually like trying to make him push out, which is fair enough, you know, each to their own with a gun. But it looks like right now he's going to drop down, but he's going to realise now that armor has been picked up. But it doesn't matter, Matrox has still got Mega at the moment, but he's just going to wait for a situation to happen so that he can capitalize on it.
I don't know why Matrox went this way around. I mean, he saw that he doubled back through the armor room. He was going to go through the big eyeball room by Mega. But he didn't try and rail him at there. It would have been a free shot. There's no easy way to escape that room.
Yeah,
but it pays off. I mean, he's doing okay. He's 1 shot away. He's going to be able to get the Mega with the nice dire orb. And this is good spacing from Matrox. Brilliantly done.
That was fantastic. If he didn't get that that Mega hit, that he would have actually, sorry, his opponent would have not been able to tank that rail. So, but luckily because he got it, he could take a rail. So that was brilliant play by him.
Yeah, I love that prediction shot. Unfortunately, it missed, but I mean, his opponent, Gaiia, was just actually calling the GG, thinking that was his third champion. Like, oh, wait, I'm still in this. Maybe there is a chance, but I don't think so.
No, not after you like rail like that. But it seems like Matrox seems to, you know, it's known for his name and seems to play really well that game. But yeah, it was a very shaky start at first, not for Matrox, but for Gaiia as well. But like, especially with the spin at the start. But you know what? It didn't do too bad, to be fair.
No, he didn't do too bad. I mean, that weird jump pad situation was hilarious. But I think he lost confidence in himself. He gave sort of a snowball effect coming into Matrox. He felt more comfortable as the rounds went on. The frags were coming thick and fast, and every time he was, I think, in fact, both rounds, I think he got him down to his last champion, which clutch, but he just didn't feel like he could handle it in a good space, and always mispositioned himself in those fights, which is very, very unlucky. But we're going to be seeing what his next map will be shortly.
Now, this is going to be tough because I don't think the skill gap between these guys is enough to say that whatever map he chooses, you know, it's going to be a 2-0. But with Matrox now, he did seem really comfortable towards the end, and the way he's just saying GG is just assuming that, you know, whatever's going to happen could potentially happen in the second map. But, you know, we'll just have to see how things go. But yeah, we will be going to map 2 in a second. I think it will be Goal will be actually doing the pick, and it will be Corrupted Keep, so potentially keeping away from the rail. And it looks like Matrox will be choosing Ranger first, and Gaiia will be actually choosing Scalebearer and Anarchy and Visor from Matrox.
Interesting pick so far. Corrupted Keep. Scalebearer has been a very popular pick here. Anarchy, obviously, again, and also Sorlag, you know, they're popular picks for him. He likes his bunny hopping, he likes his creative movement, and so I can see why he would go it. This map can be potentially incredibly fast off the spawns. I just hope to see some more sort of creative armor sort of displacements in terms of picking them up in the start of the round or the mega. But both players tend to just get focused on the game and just pick them up immediately at the start, which I don't blame them, but you can really mess somebody up in this particular map by just waiting 5 seconds, waiting 10 seconds before picking it up. It can really get into their head. They will stand there waiting, and you will be able to punish. But we'll
that's the thing is, though, with the power-ups as well, you were talking about, you know, just the fact that you've got to delay it by 10 seconds, 15 seconds to throw them off. It's actually really important. It should be like an essential thing you should know, like a mid-high tier of Quake. But also, what I was trying to add as well is the fact that sometimes when you make them weak, they don't assume to maybe go to an area of the map where there's actually 2 health walls, because that's one of the things you'd assume they go to, but just to try and get their health back quickly.
Round begins.
Well, by waiting and delaying the armor, there is a risk, because you're not collecting other weapons on the map. You're not getting the rocket launcher, you're waiting by the shotgun, that's your only good weapon, but straight off the bat, the teleport from Matrox.
It looks like, yeah, it's carrying on from map number 1 by the look of things. But yeah, fantastic orb straight off the bat. It's not something I expected, but I wasn't too sure just then because I only just saw a glimpse of him actually meaning to go for the mega, but I think he actually meant to do that anyway. So, but no, fantastic orb so far. And it looks like he is getting the LG and just keeping him back with the rocks just to make sure that he is kept away nicely. And with the mega coming up in 2 seconds, he probably will go for the armor next as well. So it looks like there could be a fight here any second now. Never mind, uncontested. I was quite surprised about that, to be fair, but maybe because the fact that he knows he's got the mega, maybe he thought it might not be best to go for the armor as well.
Yeah, doesn't quite have the weapon matchup either, but here comes the charge. Oh, why? Why Dire Orb and try and go for the frag there? I mean, the thing is, by doing that while he's charging, I understand firing it and getting out of the situation, not taking any damage and doing some damage with the Dire Orb is great. Perfect. Yeah. But the fact is, he went greedy and he went for the frag against reduced damage Scalebearer. And that's why I only did 26 damage instead of, you know, like 52.
That was a shame, to be fair. And it looks like now with Scalebearer with 17 HP, he hears him and managed to pick him off straight away as he was going for the 2 health orbs. Actually, coincidentally, as I was talking about before. But they're now down to 1 champion with Clutch versus Anarchy. But this could be over quite quickly because he's gotten trapped at the LG.
Oh, Gaiia, you're so lucky to escape that. Uses his speed boost, does get the armor, and it's getting out incredibly quickly. This is where he struggled before against this Clutch. Now Clutch doesn't have his shield up for another 8 seconds. This is where LG comes in, and it's going to be deadly. 2 seconds, can he get it up in time? He doesn't.
what a time you needed it as well. That was well played. Because he obviously remembers when he last used the shield and just thought, well, any time to use LG, now's the time. So, but yeah, Matroxpl basically mentioned saying he stopped, but yeah, never mind about that.
There's nothing you can do about those 7s, man. Those 7s are deadly against Clutch.
Yeah, especially if you've got a huge hitbox like that. There's no way you're going to get away from a scenario such as that. But right now, we've got Gaiia at the moment actually trying to come in. Both going for the small armor, but it looks like, yeah, looks like he came up on top.
Gaia's on form on Corrupted Keep right now.
Maybe he just enjoys a map without rails, I'm not too sure, but it seems like he seems to be in this happy place at the moment. And yeah, sadly, he does go down and back to 2 champions apiece with Visor and Anarchy.
Mega and Armor at the same time. Visor's going to opt out of the Mega Room. Here's his opponent there, has the higher ground, understandably, but he's coming in for a close against... Oh, that was...
Oh, no, so close as well, but I mean, both health between them are quite similar.
To be honest, Anarchy should have been able to take that fight with the rocket launcher that close. I think what he was doing, he was kind of trying to reposition himself that he wouldn't be putting rocket damage into himself.
Yeah.
Instead, he should have just aimed at the ground and rocket jump like a champ and just get the hell out of there. Take the high ground, go where the 2 25s are above him at that particular point, and then rain rockets down from below. But saying that in hindsight, when I'm watching from here, it's easy to do, but you know, when they're actually playing against such good players, that split-second thinking is not easy to do.
That is exactly right, but you know what the saying goes, hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? So, sadly, he will be thinking about that next time when he comes in a situation such as that, but unluckily, just barely not been able to finish off the Scale Bear of Gaiia, and now it looks like it's going to be a Snorlog Scale Bear matchup, so this is where it's going to get quite interesting.
Indeed, good damage, but Scale Bear is low. He can't have... Oh! The LG. Just manages to get round the corner by the time vials.
On the skin of his teeth, but it looks like now the armor has been picked up by Matrox, so now he's in a really nice state at the moment, stacked up, looking for his opponent, just trying to, you know, pin him down, but look at things at the moment, he's got to watch out for his bulldoze, but you know, he's a good player, he knows not to watch out for that, and it looks like now he's just trying to wait for a good opportunity to actually take him down.
I mean, the objective here for Scale Bear is to keep getting as much stack as you can on the weaker sides of the map. Try and avoid Clutch as much as possible, unless you can get some free damage onto him. Then it's a whole different story. I mean, the thing is, Matrox will want to play aggressive on this control, but that means that, you know, if you're patient enough on this Scale Bearer, that you're going to get the first rocket in on this corner. But oh, great read from Matrox, pops the shield preemptively, and now Scale Bearer is having to run away. He's on a really bad side of the map. There is no running here. You are dead. Oh my god, 7 HP.
That LG was incredible, but sadly...
Matrox, what are you thinking? Oh, there we go. Thank you.
That's right, he did what you expected, but... I couldn't believe it. When he left him at 7 HP, I was hoping, I was like, just, okay, I know you can't go back in, but please at least flank around to actually finish him off. But yeah, I think he's just rubbing it in now, saying that, yeah, he had 10 HP when actually matches
But he just couldn't land that last LG himself, like one tick away. 7 HP, and he kind of gave up. Like, just insane. But, you know, when you're 1-1 champions left, that's kind of to be expected.
Yeah, but his LG, like, was really good at the time, and his nail gun right now is actually not doing too bad, just, you know, trying to back him off right now. But now he needs to consider thinking about what he's going to go for, the Mega or the Armor. The Mega is coming up. It looks like they're both going to make that attempt, but if I was him now, I'd go straight for the Armor.
I feel as if Gaiia can run away with this now. Oh, he messed up the rocket jump though.
It's that name, isn't it? I don't know what your name is, but tweet us and do let us know. I'm sure it'll make our life just a little bit easier rather than repeating Matrox so much. But it looks like Matrox is in a good state at the moment. You know, he's got good health. His armor's going to come up in the next 12 seconds. He's got him pinned by the LG at the moment, so looks like he's not in a bad state so far.
Rocket spam coming in, locks on the doorway. That's the air rocket too off the statue, it looks like. So low, but both players very even. But this is a great positioning here now for Visor, because now he has the fallback onto the armor too. The charge is coming out though.
He must be having a field day right now. He must be sitting there thinking to himself, oh my god, armor's still up. Like, you know, he probably can't believe it. He's probably think Christmas has come early, even though it's July.
Yeah.
But it seems like right now that he's going to play was going to play the Sound Hall game, but he is going to right now.
He's going to hear these bubbles taken now. He's got a clock on. He knows exactly where his opponent is. He doesn't need any wall hack for it, but a good read there from Gaiia. using the scale bearer, just listening out, popping a rocket. That rocket, did that do any damage? I don't think it did.
I don't think it did, and it does annoy me sometimes when you do shoot a rocket at a certain range and it doesn't do as much damage as you expect it to. It can be a bit of a pain, but so he does a Duke LG, like doing some MG at the moment just across the map, trying to catch up to where he is just to finish him off.
That's it.
And that was a fantastic play with Visor as a stand. So now Snorlax left.
There's nothing like it when the toast pops and you can burn it crispy with an LG. So that's basically what jump pads are, essentially. It's like you're just catching people off a toaster.
Yeah, well, this is it, and it's like it's not exactly difficult to rail an LG someone who's coming up from a lift like that. So it's brilliant stuff, and to catch him off like that, it was fantastic. And it looks like right now they're both similar in stack at the moment, and as you can see with the Snorlax, he's still trying to make something happen, but you know, right now Match he hasn't got height advantage, but he knows the where his opponent is anyway, trying to get the Mega, waiting for the next 3 seconds, trying to hold on for as much as he can, but it looks like now he's going to go for the Mega and hopefully get away, or maybe even go for it from the lift.
He's going for the toaster again, and this is going to be clean from
Toaster. That's a brilliant name. That's a brilliant.
Well, he's popping up like toast, you know, so he's going to get toasted.
I think that's already one of my favourite phrases, isn't it?
It's, yeah, the Visor ultimate just before the Mega is great. It means that Sorlag or Gaiia can't poke. If he does poke, he's not.
Didn't we just see this happen in the first round as well?
Just like learn from your mistakes. He's done that to you like twice already, right?
Yeah, I think he thought to himself, you know what, he won't do it like a second time in the fourth round, but yeah. Sadly he did, yeah, hats off to him, to be fair. But yeah, it looks like at the moment Matrox is in a really good position. Seems to be happy in the state he's in at the moment. 52 HP, going to back off a little bit. But, you know, his opponent isn't really going too well either. So it looks like they're both going to try and heal up, try and go back to the next station and then wait for the next armor to appear.
Great rockets from Ranger, but he's low. He needs to find an escape or land some more damage, and he's just going running towards the Mega area. He's going to pick up the 225s here. Get healed up a little bit more, but he still doesn't really want to go in. He's going to try and steal. No. Oh my God, no!
Oh my. To be fair, that was the last I expected. I thought we'd play the sound game and basically wait for him to make the first move, but instead, you know, it's gone from a really bad state to actually not doing too bad. But to be fair, let's have a look. You know, his health and armor is still quite low at the moment, and eventually he will get himself back up top.
Ridiculous from Matrox. Absolutely ridiculous. Perfectly placed Dire Orb after the rocket. I mean, that's the thing with Quakers, man. They got this rocket read that is just phenomenally good. Land that bounce, you know exactly where they're headed. I mean, he could have chose, you know, to do another rocket there, but you know, he went for the style frag, as you do.
You need a bit of style, don't you?
Well, both of them would have been stylish, to be fair, but he just went for the even harder one with the slower Dire Orb. But yeah, I mean, Gaiia actually been able to frag that Ranger now, which is good because Matrox is one away from taking the set.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting right now with Anarchy against Visor, and it looks like, as I was just saying that, Visor's gone, and now it's going to be a Clutch versus Anarchy matchup, and it spawns LG, trying to pick him off whilst he's there, but as you know, with Clutch with so much health to start with, it's going to be a very hard situation for the for Gaiia to actually pick him off.
Right. He's going to have 4 seconds to get to armor. Is he going to do it? No, he's going to give it up, so Clutch is going to be able to get this. This is a lifeline for Clutch right now, providing that he can pick up some more health bubbles. And that's what his next mission is to do.
This is it at the moment. We've got health and armor. It could be coming up for a while now. And it looks like Matrox is a little bit stacked at the moment. It's just trying to patiently find his opponent. And I think Gaiia at the moment does know that he's looking for him, searching for him, but it's going to keep him on the toes. Just manages to get away. And it looks like now he's trying to take any pressure off himself by trying to get this Mega, which he does. But it looks like now the Clutch player, Base Matches, just managed to get the armor, I think.
Guy's done well to bring this back to a one champion game, to be honest. I mean, those Ranger frags were just out of this world. And, you know, now he's just down to the Clutch. That 100 damage rocket is exactly what he needed to start with here, Gaiia. He lands a 91 damage rocket, sorry. And now, surely this is going to be the toaster for him. No!
No! Oh, it's literally one of those situations where if you push it at a different time when you got rocketed, but sadly he's way too weak at the time, and a good job doing adrenaline and then getting away. But, you know, it's going to be very back and forth at the moment until someone makes a huge mistake but going in at the wrong time. But it looks like Gaiia will have to wait for a little bit more time to actually make a move on him, considering the stack Matrox has with Clutch at the moment.
Yeah. Just listening out for the clutch movement. It's so bulky, so loud, it's easy to locate. I'm a little bit worried if Clutch uses that teleporter. It's better if he can get out there here low, and I think he knows it. He's using that shield, trying to get the Mega, successful in doing so. He's going to try and deny the armor. He's not going to be able to do this, I don't think. This is not a wise move for Anarchy, especially A health. Oh, run away, run away, run away.
I literally was just about to say, and there we have it. And then, as I was saying that, Gaiia just barely for the skin of his teammates get away. But is another snow? But
this is it.
The right play? Yes, it is. And he manages to bring it back. So it's tied 2-2 at the moment. I always feel that in that Anarchy Clutch matchup, without a rail, it can be a little bit difficult. But it seems like it's not, to be fair.
Pressure's on now. The comeback is real from Gaiia. This is his map choice as well. So yeah, he's he would have been bricking it on that last round. But as soon as Clutch was mid-air after the LG exit, he knew this was his chance, his opportunity. The shield was down, and he could focus on just hammering out the LG. And because of the incredibly fast strafe movement you can do with Anarchy, he knew that he could just outwit all that extra health and armor that Matrox actually had just by good strafing, good movement, and it's really hard to track a good Anarchy player. Yeah,
especially on a map like this, it's very difficult, but it's even more difficult against a Clutch who was so stacked at the time. We did assume that it was actually the guy who, with the Anarchy, who actually made the big mistake, but Matrox sadly didn't even come out on top in him, but now it looks like Matrix is not really falling on his feet as much anymore, and it seems to be falling behind.
Yeah, he is. I mean, those rockets were superb coming out from Gaiia, 2 direct hundreds, and finishing off the frag very, very quickly. And now he looked to follow that up with a good rocket jump coming in, but now the game is slightly slowed down coming up towards the next Mega. The Acid Spit was a little bit preemptive, but it's going to stop his opponent from jumping on it. It's going to get some tick damage. Has to be careful here. The LG angle is too good. That's it. You missed your opportunity to run. You had a chance. You stopped. You sort of hesitated, thinking that you're going to live longer. Mistake. You should have just pushed it and died, or just wait there and die. That was his only options. It was like, if I can get to that doorway, I'm fine. But he committed to it too much that there was no way he could back off from it either. So
yeah, I think he was in one of those situations as well. But when he'd actually spit on Mega, I completely understand why he'd done that. But the problem is, because he was down below, he also gave away his map presence as well and knew exactly where it was. So he knew when to go for that Mega, and I'm sure he didn't mind risking a few ticks of acid just to grab that Mega from him.
Yeah. And now Gaiia coming in with the frag, coming in hard with the LG, the 7s and 5s.
Oh, this is going to be really tight at the moment. Both on very similar health at the moment. But with Gaiia now with some armor, he's going to try and maybe potentially chase him down. This could be a great opportunity for him if he actually realizes how weak his Clutch was. But at the moment, his Clutch will not be getting that Mega now. And if his Anarchy player by Gaiia actually gets the armor, that's WG. And there we have it.
Beautiful. 1-1. Absolutely beautiful LG there.
To be fair, after that last map, I wasn't really too sure what to expect because it seemed to be in that situation where I was thinking to myself, well, you know what, this could be quite a 2-0. But it's like I said before the match, I said that, with some players with the skill gap, it doesn't really matter about map choice, it will just go to 2-0. But I still feel like there was a small amount of chance that he could actually come back. But yeah, like you said, take a rail away, and then he was all right.
He was definitely all right. I mean, he had the great movement to get around the map because, as soon as there's a spawn on the go, he's hungry for it. He wants to put out the damage. A lot of CPMA players, Painkiller players especially, back in the day, as soon as you get that control, bam, you just hunt him for frags. And everybody loves that feeling of being on top. And, Gaiia was able to take advantage of that in the last round. And, he didn't get stuck on that Clutch, which is great. Hopefully he can keep doing that on the next map, whatever it may be, because the Clutch in the first map was what was costing him games, and now suddenly it feels like he's understanding the matchup, he's understanding when to go in with that LG, and when he does, he goes in incredibly strong. I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. That last frag in particular, as Clutch wanted the armor, he drops down, just gets pinned in the air. Nothing you can do. Clutch is, if he's in the air, he is as good as dead.
Well, it's going to be one of those situations now where with Matrox, it's now his pick. So this is going to be quite interesting. So now that it will be his map choice, 2 of the maps have already gone down. So it looks like it will be, well, of course, Blood Run. Wouldn't expect it any other way, but it looks like Matrox will be choosing Ranger. It looks like they're both choosing Ranger. Well, it looks like they could be choosing similar picks at the moment compared to the previous game, which wouldn't surprise me too much.
It looks like they're going to go mirror match. I'm guessing we're going to see a clutch again. No, Scale Bearer. Okay. I
think that's a good choice for Blood Run, though, because as you know, like when you stampede at close quarters and a small map like Blood Run, it's not really a bad choice as a whole. So, you know what, I don't think that's a bad change in all fairness.
And we got a visor as well from Gaiia as well. So
I think he learnt from Matrox's visor. He was like, actually, yeah, I saw what you did last time. Now it's my turn.
It's a popular pick, actually, on this map. Just to keep aware of where the movements are at all times. I mean, he's gonna be able to know roughly, but I think maybe just clarify and confirm his victim, where he may be, what he can approach, what he can do. But mainly, maybe he just feels comfortable that it's a very traditional, you know, Quake live champion in terms of movement. Yep. Also, it's got a bigger health stack. It's slightly more flexible and faster. So yeah, there's that going for it as well.
Yeah, this is going to be, well, interesting to say the least. But what a big question is how Matrox is going to play this, because of the fact that it's like you said with the visor as well. You know, game sense is 90%, but like end of the day, I think he just felt like with Gaiia just in general, he wants the extra 10% just to make sure that he is safe to pick up things here and there, which is I'm a bit worried about, because I'm hoping he's not feeling too pressured in this situation. But as we're going into this now, literally straight off the bat, we've got both of them choosing Ranger.
Yeah, I mean, the slower play style I think is going to favour Matrox here. This map can be slowed down incredibly well, and that's what I think Matrox is going to do, and I think he's going to be a real annoying threat with that rail. That's a good prediction rocket there.
Absolutely, and right now Gaia's in the back foot with Matrox at the moment. Literally not doing too bad with his stamina of health and armor at the moment, but he's still trying to feel out for his opponent, baiting out the armor just to see if he actually goes for it. But fantastic rail, fantastic prediction, knowing that he's going to go for that. And looks like he's going to go for it himself. He's going to be quite stacked. And looks like he can't chase him down, sadly, due to the fact that he got rocketed back. But he's going to take the upper hand to try and get height advantage, but he gets away. But all I can say is Gaiia did a good job, actually managed to get away from that situation he was in.
Ranger upon Ranger. Who's going to get the LG battle down first? Oh! Matrox with the 7 HP again.
Matrox, stop it with the old man. It's getting annoying now.
Matrox needs to be careful. I mean, there's been a lot of conversion frags when these kind of things have happened before in the past games, especially on Corrupted Keep. You know, Matrox would get the frag, and then suddenly rush down Sorlag, puke, change. Oh, here we go. Big damage, though, from Ranger. Is he going to make the health packs in time? Yes, he will.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time. And literally, as I was thinking that, it was a fantastic play, because at the time, he dropped bottom in. He was going to look up and go for armor, but he decided to leave it for another 10-15 seconds, like we talked about before, and try and kill him at the same time. So that way, it makes him think that he's already picked up the armor. But in the end, it was a shame because of the fact that he picked up the armor whilst Gaiia actually saw him actually pick up at the time. But, you know, it was like a good play, but a bad situation at the same time. So right now, at the moment, we're just going to try and look for to see if he's actually going to try and finish him off and push in. But it looks like he's just going to hold his own for now, because both are on similar health.
I mean, Gaiia has to play really carefully now with only one champion left, Visor. And, you know, this gives Matrox the time for risks, and the 7 comes out, and that's it. Round 1 Matrox.
Well,
looking far more comfortable.
We can see why this is his map pick now.
Yeah.
It seems to be like when they actually choose Blood Run, it just seems to be an all or nothing game pretty much. But, you know, sometimes it can be close, but sometimes it can be like a walkover. But I don't think it will be. Gaiia should be able to make a comeback if he can. It looks like right now he's trying to do as much damage to the actual Mega, but I'm not too sure who actually got the Mega then.
That was Sorlag.
Oh, so that was Gaiia, yeah.
It was... yeah, I think what happened is that the Dire Orb went past the Mega, and so when he teleported out, he was actually in front of it.
Oh, the feels, man. The feels known, but you literally just teleported past it, which is a shame. But
wow, that rail was so good.
That was. I literally... it made me stop the chain as soon as I saw it. But yeah, literally right now, we've got Matrox on the back foot. But guys, trying to hunt him down at the moment. Knows where he is, but how he's going to capitalise, it's going to be another story.
Yeah. He's got a read on him, he knows he's going for the armor, lands the rail. I mean...
Wrong play? Bad play, would you say?
I mean, it was an obvious obvious move coming in from Matrox, but maybe he just didn't care. Maybe he just kind of rolled the dice and went, if he hits me, he hits me. I can deal with it. I'm a round up. I'll take the risk.
I think it's one of those situations where I thought, you know what, if I die, at least I burn it. If I do die, then you know what, it doesn't matter. Just, you know, just back to ground zero again, trying to make his way back up. Oh, he just misses it.
He might get the kill though on the dot. It's close.
No,
he misses the jump. Oh, lucky.
Isn't he lucky? But he had enough ticks to actually survive the acid. But it looks like he would be getting the armor maybe if he doesn't take the risk for the rail shot.
No, don't take it, man. He's not going to. He doesn't need to.
Especially a scale bearer as well. Plus, this is his last champion. And I think it was actually Matrox who's actually made a mistake last time. So he's learnt from his last mistake. It ain't going to go for a second go of it.
Just let Gaiia have the control. Let him run around the map. Pick up all the items. It's cool. Like, just go on the weaker side of the map, pick up the items that you need, get that railgun. That's exactly what he needs to do. Go back up top here. We'll land a bit of damage. That's a bit extra. But now, you know, he's going to go through this teleporter, and then he's going to go get the small armor again, and he's going to probably get stacked. Unless he wants to contest this right now, which I don't think he needs to do. He can play it slow and let Gaiia come to him.
It's going to be quite close at the moment. Now, Gaiia actually managed to get the armor, but it looks like Matrox is in quite a bad position at the moment, and sadly, like you said, with the whole toaster situation, it looks like it's going to be down to 1-1 at the moment.
Matrox is a bit inexperienced with Scalebearer. And
can you just clearly see just from how he's playing?
Well, yeah, because you can cancel the run by pressing R again. Like, you can cancel that charge. He didn't need to go on the jump pad. He just ran straight to it.
Well, if you're watching this Matrox, then you know what to do. Watch this back in.
A lot of players don't realise that they can cancel it. After 1 second or 1.5 seconds, you can press R again, or whatever your ability button is, and cancel it. And
it might have been a situation where he left it too long by accident due to like pressure of being the last game, but I couldn't imagine him being under pressure, being the player he is, to be fair.
It was hilarious. Like, he could have done anything else, just run into a wall or something.
But yeah, it looks like now Gaiia is doing this like little reverse sweep comeback right now. So looks like he's got the health, he's got the armor he needs at the moment, and now he's just going to try and search out for Visor. But as he knows with Visor, with his special in the moment, he needs to be careful not to be too careless at the moment.
I'm thinking Matrox could be regretting not having a clutch here.
Because he went clutch last round, didn't he?
Yeah, there's lots of options, because a lot of the time both players spawn at rocket launcher and rail, so both players face off at the mega, and the shield just makes it always seem that clutch wins that fight regardless of which spawn he gets. It's so good.
I find that quite weird though, how changing for skill bearer, where literally it's a character which a champion which we may not be that used to. You know, you surely go to use one in the same composition like most people, but it doesn't matter though. We can probably see more from him. Hopefully he'll make a comeback with his skill bearer. He's probably the sort of guy now, we've been talking about how bad his skill bearer is, and then like on the final round, the final game, last champion, he'll probably somehow charge into him. But at the moment, we've got Guy using the Snorlax. He's basically heavy on health at the moment, and he is trying to stop him from getting the next armor with a nice split damage. And looks like he could tick his way to death. No, it won't be. So yeah,
he had the 2 25s behind him. He's going to pick up another one now. They've got to be careful though. He's going to get locked down here pretty easily, but the good rocket from Visor
just manages to get away from the skin of his teeth at the moment, and it looks like Matrox managed to finish the job with the rails. So if he just needs to know now that the armor's coming up quite soon, it should be all good to go. But it looks like he's trying to back off now. He's possibly going to try and get back up top. And it looks, oh, nice play by Matrox. And yeah, just like that, down to 1 champion by Gaiia.
Thrown very, very hard there. I'm not entirely sure why that situation happened pretty too fast for me. I was a little bit sleepy on that one, but I'm surprised the Dire Orb didn't go towards the armor first. But I wasn't aware of how Ranger was positioned beforehand, so that's probably why.
I was going to briefly mention the same thing about why he didn't actually orb to armor, but because it was so quick with the situation of going for the teleporter and actually like doing a random rocket, yeah, it did throw me off guard a little bit as well. But Max was in a really bad position at the moment. If he can, just get a few orbs or just try and get away. And it's very risky, like, situations in, but they're both, you know, both able to die from the rail hit. But it looks like Matrox right now is going to try and just sit back a little bit, just keep away from him, just to use his visor just to try and see where he's going, and hopefully try and get some leverage up.
Oh my god, I was just expecting that rail to connect there, but luckily, like just above his head. Oh, this is going to be deadly though. He's got stuck on the stairs, changing direction. Tied 1-1.
That was a shame. It's a lot of cat and mouse, and the worst thing was he was on 80 HP, and obviously we know how much a rail shot damage does, so it was literally just trying to find anything. But it looks like now he's got high advantage, dropping down, hopefully to try and pick him off, but
no,
that was quite questionable, I'd say.
That's an understatement.
Prepare to fight.
He did.
Round begins in.
Oh.
I have good positioning, and I think you're low, and that's why he dropped down. But like he could have held that high ground and just poked as much as he liked and forced his opponent into such a weak situation. He'd have nowhere to run. Straight off the bat, the minigun comes out. Matrox large and in charge with both Mega and the armor.
Oh, I'm just going to assume he choked that massively, but like I can't, even that choke is not even a word to describe it back then. Dropping down when he had height advantage and he could have rocket him to pieces, but you know, VCs happen, but hopefully you can see now that the pressure's like hitting.
It's a difficult angle. It is a difficult angle. But oh, this is over. Matrox is just so comfortable. I mean,
this an upset,
sorry,
you would say?
That was my mistake. The camera angle switched, and now I'm completely eating my words. I was so like discombobulated through the situation. I was just like, what? Have
you seen Matrox's last champion?
Yeah, Scale Bearer, and this is, I think it might be tied up now.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. This could be, we were talking about it before as a joke, saying that it could potentially go to 2-2, and it could be using his Scale Bearer, but...
This is why I shouldn't rant so much. I lose focus.
It's alright to get triggered. It's understandable, like, you know, but, you know, it's just one of these things where you have to live with it, watching these kind of scenarios, but... Looks like right now Matrox is on a nice bit of health, but it looks like, I think at the moment, Gaiia knows in the position he's in a great position at the moment, about to get the next armor, but he's doing a good job just leaving it alone for a while, knowing that if the longer he leaves it, the better it will be for him, making Matrox guess exactly when the armor appears, so great job by him.
Yeah, Scale Bearer definitely needs some armor. The big rockets are going to hurt him a lot. 70 damage on the Dire Orb. Can he find another rocket? 38 HP! Doesn't!
No, so it looks like it will be 2-2, I think, no?
Prepare to fight.
Yes, it will be, because obviously Gaiia took him out first during the little skirmish. So here we go, final game. I wonder what Matrox feeling right now.
Pretty gutted. I mean, it looked like he had the best start ever with the minigun,
I just can't believe it.
armor,
I still can't
the Mega, and then suddenly my brain had some form of blackout. And everything happened so quickly that Gaiia just came in and dominated.
I know, it's just one of those scenarios now, isn't it, where we just couldn't believe some of the things we saw. But, you know, that's Quake end of the day. This is why we're watching. This is why we like to watch these kind of games. But would you say losing to, if Matrox loses this, do you reckon this will be an upset?
Yeah, it definitely would be.
But right now, 2-2, and imagine if we actually saw Scale Bearer, but it looks like Gaiia with that rail. But he's taking... Okay, I know there's high risk, high reward, but there's some risks you just know not need to take. But you can tell that Gaia's rail is so good at the moment. And now, down to Scale Bearer, the final champion we were talking about. All I can say is, I hope you have fun, mate.
Matrox is pretty mad, tilted. Rocket didn't do damage, apparently. And now he's charging into his death here, surely. Oh no, the rocket's good. Will the tick finish it? What are you poking out? No!
Oh no!
Gaiia!
He could have easily just backed off.
There it is! Acid for the win.
That's the first time I've seen a match lose based on acid, but you know, it's one of those things, but he's going to be hitting himself and hoping that match didn't exist. I still can't believe he dropped down bottom mid. I would love to know what he was thinking at the time. And then using his special as he dropped down.
He just tilted at the end there with the Scale Bearer. He was kind of like, I've had enough. This is, you know, there's been too many upsets, too many switches around. I should have had it in the previous round. It was such a great start with the Ranger.
It's funny, because the first map as well, we were thinking to ourselves, okay, the second or third map, I don't think he's going to go to a third map. And for Gaiia to bring that back, it was incredible. But it was Matrox's choking, which probably didn't really help too much, and his pick for Scale Bearer instead of clutch.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he could have definitely slowed down the game a lot more, I feel, with the clutch. But yes, he's going to be kicking himself in the teeth, and you know, let's have a look at the replays
I'll be
here.
kicking myself in a few other places as well if I was in that scenario, knowing that I did that mistake. But like I said, we live and learn. But one thing you don't do is drop height advantage and then all of a sudden use your special thinking.
I'm hoping I can see the situation where I completely had a blackout and understand what happened to this ranger that was fully health stacked and fully armed up to the teeth.
That's what's so fantastic about Quake, and the fact that with this $1 million tournament as well, there's a lot on the line and a lot of pressure for these guys. But the worst thing about Matrox now is the fact that he's only got one more chance to qualify, and it's going to be even more pressure on him now because he's going to be a lot more nervous going into this situation, and he's going to wish he actually played Gaiia and actually, sorry, not play, but actually beat him in this skirmish.
That was a huge mistake trying to go for that frag there with that dire roll. But I mean, he got landed so many of them in this game. Here again,
taking notes from Avic, this is all I'm going to say. But like I said, I don't know what happened with Gaiia, like just all of a sudden in the third map he was just on fire, like just with everything he was doing. But I think it was more not just that he was playing well, but not taking any away from Gaiia at all. But it's obviously Matrox is actually just making too many errors, like going for the armor like twice after 2 different situations and actually died both times getting it, assuming he's going to miss the rail. But you know, it's just one of those things really. Pressure's definitely hitting him at the moment.
I don't know, I think something else hit him, like a truck or something.
I think I'm going to have to agree with that, definitely. But you know what, it's got a lot more to come as well. That was only the round of 64 as well. But yeah, if you want to join the discussion with hashtag QWC or hashtag Quake, you can join us and tell us about exactly what you want to do, or any opponents you want to see in the future, or any matches, or the previous matches we've had in the past. But yeah, if you want to join us shortly with the round of 32 onwards, we'll be back in a few, so we'll see you in a bit.